guys, welcome to another video with Mel. Today we are doing 10 more books in my 100 book challenge. I'm really behind on this at the moment, so I need to catch up and go through some books that I haven't had a chance to yet. I'm still reading lots of comics and graphic novels. I've kind of decided at this point, because I'm up to about, I think I'll be at 80 books. My Goodreads only says 75 because some of the books that I've read are not actually on Goodreads. Great job, Goodreads there. Especially ones that have come off Etsy or are self-published. They're not always on there. So I'm up to 80 books as of this haul. So I'm hoping to have read 100 graphic novels and comics by the end of 2016, probably in the next couple months. And 100 books. Over 100 books in all. I think I'll just keep going with the challenge after that and see where I get. I'd love to know how much I'm actually going to get up to in the end. Try and read some more lengthy books as well, because I've got a few that I want to read. I've got The House Cat that I just showed off in another haul. I've got Armada that I want to read as well. I've got what else do I have? Patrick Ness's book, The Rest of Us Just Live Here, I want to read as well. I picked up ages ago and I haven't read. So I've got loads of books I need to read, plus anything else that kind of pops up as I'm going, because I'm sure there will be another book that will come up and I'll need to read it. Yeah, so let's go through the books that I'm going to show you today. And I'm going to start with my favorite one. I just talked about this in my haul, and literally I got it in the mail and I read it the same day. The Cute Girl Network. This one gets 5 stars from me. It is so funny, so adorable. It's just the kind of graphic novel I love. This is by First Second. I love most of the books on there. I've actually went through and like added loads of them to my wish list and bought a few as well. I tend to buy books if I can get them cheap off Amazon or eBay. If they're about £3-4, I tend to buy them. So I've just bought loads more books, which I needed more books, of course. This tells the story of Jane and Jack, who start a relationship. Jane is a skater. Jack works at a soup cart. It's called a Soup Dude. It is adorable, and the main premises of this book is that there's a network of girls that complain about their old ex-boyfriends. They want to convince Jane that she shouldn't be dating Jack. And it's just her kind of fighting against that and deciding whether or not to be in a relationship with him. It has a happy ending, just so you guys know. It's a really, really sweet book. I enjoy it. It's very similar to Lucky Penny, kind of Scott Pilgrim, Giant Days, any of those books. If you like them, you'll probably like this quite a lot. I know I did. So, The Cute Girl Network, really good book. Next one I did, this is not a Goodreads book, unfortunately, so it won't be on my list. The Cat That Stared. This is one I got off of Etsy. I've been buying loads of books off of Etsy, because as you guys know, I really like independently published books, because I'm a self-published author, so I want to help out other self-published authors. So, The Cat That Stared, it's not a huge book, very, very small. But it's about these cats. They invade this town, and they just stare at everybody. They don't do anything else. And it's just told from the point of view of Zoe, who finds one of the cats and names it Sausage and tries to take care of the cat. Yeah, it's a very little sweet book. And it's just about her taking care of this cat and what the cats do and how people find them like a nuisance. It's very sweet. This is a signed copy, so that's really cool. I love when authors sign their own books. That's really awesome. I try and sign mine when I send them out as well. So The Cat That Stared, I'd probably give this not the best book, but it was a fun read. I'd give this a 4 out of 5. It's a pretty good book. I enjoyed reading it. It's short, but what are you gonna get? So it's fine for what it is. I really enjoyed it. Okay, and then we got Flimsy's Guide to Modern Life. This is another self-published book from Etsy as well. Flimsy is a blue cat. He likes to drink, who likes to drink wine. Oh, it's a her, actually. Flimsy's a girl. Likes to drink wine and share their experience in modern living. So it's just a whole bunch of little things about Flimsy's life. 1 page each for each thing. So having something to take your stress out on, the scratching post. Let's find another one here. Try something different now and then. It's okay to feel sad now and again. It's a good message, that. This is a very sweet little book. I love how Flimsy looks. It's very sweet. I want to get more books by Rachel Smith. I have another one that I gotta read that's called I Am Fire. I know she does a few different books. I like her illustration style, so I'm trying to get some more books for her. I think I'm following her on Twitter as well, if I remember correctly. Because I try and follow, if I like read one of their books, I'm trying to follow them on Twitter now. So I build up like loads of graphic novel and comic people on Twitter. Because that's what I'm interested in the moment. So I want to see loads of those. But yeah, really good books. I know you can get lots of them at Gosh. She does a lot of self-publishing. But I know Gosh had them, and I know Orbit Comics in London also had them. So look out for her books. I think she's got a really interesting illustration style. I'd give this 4 out of 5 again. Nice little book. Isn't very long, but it's a nice thing to read. So the next two I got are by one of my favorite graphic novel and comic author, which is John Allison. He wrote Giant Days. I've also got Bad Machinery that my boyfriend got me that I haven't read yet because it's really big and it's hard to read because it's so big to read, but I'm going to read it soon. I didn't even realize when I bought these it was him. I just like the illustration style and picked up based on that. And these are Expecting to Fly 1 and 2, and these are Scary Go Round comics. This is based on his series webcomics. And it's just a 2 set of comics, so not a huge one. We've got main character on the front there, and we've got the other characters on this one. I like how they are set up. This one looks like Tetris, and this one looks like Minecraft. I like how they're done on those. The story itself wasn't very strong for me. I like the illustration style. I like his books usually, but I didn't feel the story was very strong. You've got 2 characters that become friends, and one of them's just lost her best friend to committing suicide, and the other one is dealing with problems with his father, where his father is kind of a do-nothing and trying to get him in trouble all the time by like taking him to the pub and getting him drunk, and his father steals stuff and he wants to get him involved in stealing stuff. And it's just kind of about the 2 friends like protecting each other. It's kind of, that's mostly what it's about. I'll just show you some of the illustration style. So this is some of the boys. And we've got our main character there. But I like the illustration style. I like John Allison. I haven't read the original Giant Days books, which he illustrated as well, so it'll probably look very similar to this. But although these weren't my favorite, I still enjoyed reading them, and I wouldn't give them a high rating, a 3 out of 5 probably, because I think they could have been better. I just don't think the story was strong enough, unfortunately. But there are some really good moments in there as well. Some very British moments in there. And since I've lived most of my adult life in Britain, I really identify with those. So, yeah, I enjoyed them. And I like this a limited run series, so I don't have to go collect like 20 comics. I've just read 2, and that's the whole story. And I quite like that about it. So, yeah, so that's Expecting to Fly. And I give both issues 3 out of 5. I picked up a new comic I've never tried before. It was really quite sweet, and I just picked it up just because I like really kawaii things. And that is Bee and Puppy Cat. Just very sweet. So Bee is the girl, of course. You can tell by her shirt that has a bee on it. And Puppy Cat is this little creature here. It's just their little adventures. This is aimed at children, but I like the illustration style, so I picked it up. And it's just their little adventures they go on. So they go... Bee learns a lesson about letting go of nostalgic things, which you shouldn't do that. They'll be worth money someday. Don't do that. You end up having to buy everything again. Follow my advice, guys. I've had to rebuy so many things in the past that I want again. But Puppy Cat says you shouldn't hold on to the things. You should make room for new stuff. I disagree with you, Puppy Cat, so much. And then they go on the adventure to fix a planet that's falling apart, and we find out it's not actually like a planet, it's something else. I'm not going to spoil it for you because I think you should read it. But it is something else. And then we have this little thing at the end where Puppy Cat's like transforming her, and she like transforms into a Sailor Scout. At one point, it's really sweet. Yeah, it's a cute little comic. I'll probably pick up more issues. This is issue 10, so I'm not starting from the beginning. I don't think you really need to. I think you can read these on their own. But I was interested in it, so I thought I'd give it a go. And I quite enjoyed it. I'd give it a 3 out of 5 again. Okay, now we've got a new series I'm trying out. I finally got around to reading these. I think I got number 4 somewhere as well, but I haven't read it yet. So this is Faith 1, 2, and 3. Pretty much read them all together in one sitting because I thought I might as well read them all. So Faith is a superhero that was in the limelight before, that's kind of trying to hide her identity now. She's a bigger girl. It's nice to see a bigger girl as a superhero in these comics rather than them having to look really, really skinny or having really unproportional bodies. So it's nice to see Faith in this, and I'm happy to say I was really worried that that would be what all the comic was about, was her weight. I'm happy to see that Valiant haven't done that and actually have made her a well-rounded person. So that's really good. I'm not sure about the illustration style. It is a bit odd in places. I like it in some places. Like when they're doing the lighter tones like this, I really like it. But when Faith is in disguise, and it's got this really heavy red on it, I really don't like how the characters are drawn here. So it's a bit of a confusing one. I think there's some really interesting things on here. Like Faith's ex-boyfriend is on a reality TV show, and she's asked by her editor to write like a really mean article about it, making fun of the TV show, and she doesn't want to do it. Because even though they broke up, she still has some feelings for him. It's kind of obvious that. But she doesn't want to be that mean person either. So she goes on adventures. She saves some people. And this, we start off with saving puppies, so that's a good start for our first hero. And then she goes on more serious things where she's nearly blown up and killed. So quite a lot of things. This is Faith's ex-boyfriend, this like muscle-bound guy. This guy that impossible muscles. You can see he still has some feelings for her as well. And in the third one, unfortunately for Faith, her secret identity gets revealed to her work colleagues because they're under threat, and she has to step forward and take care of them in that situation. She was trying to keep it a secret, but now she's got people on her side, and I think that's a really good thing as well. We find out that her ex-boyfriend, he's with a new girl, and she's been taking advantage of him and using him for a secret organization that's kidnapping people that are superheroes. So that's interesting, and that will be carried on to the next issue, and that's kind of where they left it. So I'm finding Faith alright. It's not my favorite. It doesn't have the humor of something like Squirrel Girl. It is quite a serious comic. I'm liking the characters enough to keep reading it, but I'm kind of on the edge about whether or not I'd want to buy it indefinitely. I would give it a 3 out of 5. I don't think it's a bad comic. I like the illustration style in places, but some places I just am put off by how realistic it looks. And I don't think it's a bad comic, and they are trying to do something really new here, but it doesn't always work very well. I think sometimes they do focus a little bit too much on her background of being a superhero when we don't know much about that. I would have actually liked to seen that from the start. I don't know if this is a carry-on from another series. I don't think it is. I think we're just learning about this stuff. It's a bit like Zodiac Star Force, which was really confusing because they had this whole story and it seemed like there was comics before, but there doesn't seem to be. So I don't quite like when comics do that, so it's a bit of a weird one. But I think it's okay. If you like girls in comics, you'll probably like it. She does go on some interesting adventures, and she is funny in places. It's just, they're very far between, unfortunately. So 3 out of 5 for the Faith series so far. I've only read issues 1 through 3. And the last one I'm going to talk about is Sea Urchin. This was a Landfall Freight book back in the day. I wasn't getting Landfall Freight then, but I'm trying to collect all the books they kind of did. And this is about someone dealing with depression. And I really like this book. I think there's a lot of really good things in here. Someone that's dealt with depression before, I think this has got lots of interesting insights into it. Like it starts out, it's like, I've been stuck lately, bad moods are lasting for weeks. And that is, I think, something you kind of experience when you have depression. You kind of don't feel like you want to go anywhere or do anything. And you kind of just feel like you don't want to exist. And I think she kind of gets that across really well in here. And it's like, if you quite don't understand mental illness in people, I think this is an interesting book to read to kind of get that. And I love that there's one point that she draws herself as a Jessie from Team Rocket. I think that's really funny, and that's her evil version of herself as Team Rocket. I think that's so sweet. And she goes around insulting people because she doesn't want to be at a party, but it's all faking in her head, of course. Just try and find something else. Yeah, and it says, I used to smile when I thought about good things happening to other people. My face is making new unexpected expressions lately. So it's like, it's hard sometimes, I think, when you're depressed as well, to be happy for other people. But it is something you need to try because it makes you feel better. It's like, there's just a sequence here where she's like, she sees a dog and it's really cute. And the person's walking by. She doesn't want to interact with the person, but she really, really wants to pet the dog. So she pets the dog. And she's like, I did it! I petted the dog! And it's like, she's okay for interaction with the dog, but not necessarily the human. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. It's got such an interesting illustration style. It is kind of all over the place, but I like the illustration a lot, and I'm really glad I bought this book. I wasn't sure about buying it. I didn't really know much about what it was about. I didn't realize it was about depression, but it's very sweet. And she's got like sequences where she draws like Animal Crossing as well and stuff like that, and how that helps her to kind of cope. It's a really sweet book. You should definitely check it out. I'd give this probably a 5 out of 5 again. I really enjoyed that book. Yeah, so I thought they were really good books this month. I had some really good stuff. I didn't have anything that I didn't like particularly, so I had... It's pretty big. It's a pretty big haul, this, guys, for comics and graphic novels. But yeah, I'm really enjoying reading stuff. I'm trying out some different stuff as well. I'm trying to find stuff that kind of appeals to me rather than just mainstream graphic novels. Because, as you guys know, I really like the independent comics. I like comics that have like a happy ending to them. I like a lot of romance comics, it seems. So I'm trying to find those. Also memoirs. I love memoirs. I don't know what it is. Memoirs in comic form really, really work for me. So yeah, so that is my 10 books for my not my 50 book challenge. My 100 book challenge is probably going to be 200 by the end of the year now. My 200 book challenge for 2016. So I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll check out some of these books. If you read any of them, let me know in the comments which ones you enjoyed. And what do you think of my ratings? Do you think it's fair? Would you rate them higher or lower? Please subscribe to me on social media and check out my giveaway that's happening at the moment. Should be coming up with a little advert in just a second. And I hope you enjoyed this, guys. Oh, by the way, I'm giving away copies of my book on Goodreads right now, so go have a look at my Goodreads page. The link should be just down below, and you can win a copy of my book. I will see you later, guys. Bye! Hi guys, Fangirling with Mel here. Just a reminder, I'm running a 200 subscriber giveaway to thank you guys for getting me this far on YouTube. If you want to enter, there will be a link either above in the little eye there or below. Either way, easy peasy. There's 4 questions to answer, and you need to do that by June the 4th at 5 o'clock UK time. And you have a chance to win the items in this box. So if you want to see more about what prizes I'm giving away or what you need to answer, go to the link below or above. I'll see you guys later. Bye!